Black women face a homicide crisis, unveiling the overlooked epidemic. In the United States, Black women are facing a silent emergency and epidemic of violence that takes their lives at disproportionately high rates. Studies reveal that Black women are 6 times more likely to be murdered than white women in the same age group, with rates climbing even higher in some states. This is more than a public health issue, it's a social justice crisis that demands immediate action. Yet, it remains largely ignored by the media, policymakers, and society at large. Subscribe to this channel to bring awareness to this epidemic, explore solutions, and stand with Black women in the fight for safety and justice. The conflict lies in the systemic neglect and pervasive violence faced by Black women. Staggering statistics. A 2022 report shows that Black females were murdered by males at a rate of 3.2 per 100,000 compared to 1.2 per 100,000 for white females. 90% of these women were killed by someone they knew, most often with a firearm. Intimate partner violence. Intimate partner violence (IPVRV) is a leading cause of these homicides, with many Black women trapped in abusive relationships due to economic instability and lack of resources. Systemic challenges. Black women who report violence are 2 to 3 times more likely to face dismissive or abusive responses from law enforcement, while cultural stereotypes and fears of not being believed deter many from seeking help at all. These systemic failures create a deadly combination of vulnerability and neglect that continues to cost lives. The turning point comes with the recognition of this crisis as a national emergency. The Brittany Clardy Act, legislative efforts like this act, introduced by Representative Ilhan Omar, aim to create an office for missing and murdered Black women and girls to address systemic neglect and provide justice. Firearms and IPVRV. The use of firearms in 78% of these homicides reveals the urgent need for gun control measures that address IPVRV-related violence. A call for action. The disproportionate murder rates of Black women are not an accident. They are the result of systemic failures that require immediate reform, accountability, and advocacy. The numbers are shocking, but the inaction is even more devastating. As the urgency of this crisis becomes clear, the solutions come into focus. Culturally competent support systems, expand resources like shelters, counseling, and IPVRV support that address the unique challenges Black women face. Law enforcement reform. Ensure police responses are sensitive, accountable, and prioritize the safety of victims. Legislative change. Enact and enforce laws that specifically protect Black women and confront the systemic barriers they face in seeking justice. By implementing these solutions, we can begin to address the root causes of this epidemic and create a safer future for Black women. The crisis of violence against Black women is a national emergency that can no longer be ignored. To confront this epidemic, we must raise awareness, demand reform, and center Black women in the fight for safety and justice. Subscribe to this channel and like this post to join the movement for change. Together, we can amplify the voices of Black women, hold systems accountable, and fight for a future where their lives are valued and protected. The time to act is now. Will you answer the call?